kind of like the textured look how I did it. I don't like blending them over much. I wouldn't put too much faith in my math skills. Wait, why act like me? You can always act like AI, I think. Also nice posing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hang on. Wait, if I put it multiply. 2 over here. Put the posing right here. Why did you shade a sketch? It's for form studies. It is for form studies. Plus, I'll be posting this in my Patreon. I need to post stuff over there and my buy me a coffee. I need to put content over there. Okay. Okay, let's see. This one made the cut. So let's move the other ones. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Can you draw? Am I curled up? Downwards type. I'll go with this one. Is it a assignment or just practice? Right now it's practice for those who are wanting to learn my references. I'll be posting this on the Patreon so they can learn if they want to. For students, they want to learn from it. 9 times out of 10. I need to post stuff over there. And I guess you can call this somewhat NW. Wait, not suitable for work content. It's not even crazy, but people assume just because I'm drawing a woman, it's also an NSFW. I don't need to draw it to be actually anything. As soon as it's a woman and they realize it's a woman, they just think it's something very bad when it's usually nothing. I can just draw a chick standing and then they're gonna say, do you draw a hentai or some stupid shit like that? I'm like, dude, you see a woman, therefore you see hentai instantly? That's kind of sad. I could just draw a character like a female just doing absolutely nothing, standing 100%, and there's always some idiot that comes in here and say, why are you drawing women, bro? I'm like, what, should I not draw women? Because I notice when people don't, like, I notice the exclusion of women is taken, is put in the equation. You're called, you hate women, or something like that. And then when you do include women, and a lot of them, you are probably a gooner towards women. So you can't win. I'm scared to draw women because people think I am. That's why I just draw it anyway, because they're gonna think you're weird anyway. I came to that conclusion because when I draw men, they don't say anything. Actually, they don't even say. Very rarely. They don't stay long. people don't like men like that. I think they want me to draw like roses and everything but women. And I guess, I would say I would draw men, but then again, they don't stay for that. So I know they don't like men that much anyway, so. And I don't even like drawing NSFW. I draw like pinup stuff. They're usually clothed. They're not even skimpy. It's more classier version. I think the difference between pinup and NSFW is that pinup is more on the focus on the female, like, femininity of things. It's not really about the sexualization. Even though the element is there, it's not the main focus. NSFW just focus on like deviant shit all day. Like just being a sex deviant. I don't really see the point. Yeah, it'll get tiring pretty fast, to be honest. I have my sketchbook. Keep the drawing secret. I'll listen to you while I do math. Okay, I gotcha. But yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's a weird thing because when you draw men, no one really stays, and if they stay, it's not really a high amount of people. When you draw women, a lot of people stay, but they want to criticize. One way or another, either you get a bunch of praise for it, or you get a bunch of hate. And they just use misinformed bias or confirmation just to justify their nonsense. You can be literally, like I said, you can draw a character, a female just standing doing absolutely nothing, not even pose a certain way, and they'll just have a problem you drawing the female in general. But that same person, if you check their profile, there's some type of insane furry lover. 9 times out of 10. They have the most degenerate shit on their platform or their profile. But they have a problem with you drawing a anime chick in the public for all to see, as if you pulled out your most deviant drawing ever in public for all and forced it on people, when you're just live streaming it for anyone to come in if they want to. So that's where that problem comes in. It's just like, it's a lack of self-awareness on their behalf. And then like they ask the most dumbass of questions, like saying, what was it? They'll say like if you have issues with women or something because you're drawing anime women. How does that make any sense? Or how do you draw with one arm while drawing women? I'm like, no one is jacking off while drawing. And most people who make artwork, like, you gotta look at it this way. People who make NSFW is like, I don't really mean to use this as an example, but it's the best thing I think in my head, but it's like being a drug dealer, right? You don't get high off your own supply. Most people who are drug dealers and are serious about that stuff don't be using their product. They just sell the stuff because they need to make a buck. They're caring about survival. They're not caring about no stupid if the product is good per se. Like, it's gotta be good because that's why people come, but like they're not using it themselves recreationally or so. They kind of just get their supply and how the way they get them, and they just sell it as best as they could without anyone knowing or trying to alarm the feds. That's pretty much it. But for some odd reason, when you're drawing a drawing, they assume that you, I don't know, get freaky with your drawings. I'm like, no, dude. Most people are not that freaky at all when making a drawing. Do you know how hard it is to, like, mentally draw something in your head? Or, like, even you're using reference, you have to get it accurate. Your focus is getting it accurately. It's not about how horny you are. That's hard to do. And fucking annoying. It's really, really hard to do. So most people who draw NSFW is so numb from drawing it so much that they don't even get aroused at all, if ever, rarely. They just want to get the work done and call it a day and get their money. They don't give a damn about how sexually deviant it is. They just don't care. I have a request. And what's your request? Well, you can't technically make requests if it's like per se, because either if you're making a request, that has to be bought per se. If it's about the drawing, I'm saying. Let me see here. Like, it's just super weird how people just make that in their head. Don't put that, because there's like people. There's I don't know if they still exist, but there are people who have jobs literally putting oil on supermodels, and they'll be just a normal average man or woman who like literally puts the oil onto the supermodels when they walk onto the stage so they look shiny. Most of them are not, they don't get aroused. It's just their job. They call it a day and just do what they need to do. Can you because it's a form study. Yep. And plus that video, that if you're wondering about clothing, that will be on a video on YouTube anyway, so sit tight for that one. But if you was a student, then I definitely would have done it. Form study. It's a form study. Okay, there we go. Can I get this perspective correct? Okay, almost there. Go. Okay. What's your opinion on school? Is it it's a bit out of nowhere? What do you mean school exactly? You mean going to school for art, or just saying school in general? And if so, are we talking about college, or are we talking about like high school, middle school? Like what we're talking here? The school could be a broad term. You could be talking about technical school. You could be talking about college. There's no other context on that question. How that's framed. High school. What about a high school? Like normal school. Okay. What about it? Like, what's my opinion on back when I was in high school? Or how I feel about high school, about kids in high school now. See, the thing is, when I was growing up, high school isn't the same compared to the high school you guys have now. So, and honestly, it's hard to make a comparison because I think I graduated back in 2013 or 2014, either between 2014 or 2013. And it's just like it's different. It's weird because like just the way things are and how like kids look at things and what they say, and it's just different. Like, I think it'll be unfair for me to make my I think it will be hard to like it's hard to make a comparison because things are different now and how society looks at certain things and what is acceptable and what's not. Like it's weird. And I don't even technically blame the kids, it's the adults that's really the real issue for me. These are available. Like, it's hard to explain this in a way that doesn't sound like I'm being judgmental towards young kids, because it's gonna sound like I'm attacking young ones. It's not really their fault. I blame the staff. I blame the whole education system and what they push on you kids and what's important and what's not. Everything is so like politically driven. It's not even funny. I remember back when I was in school, it was just you're in school, you're just here to learn. Like the only thing that was bad about school was like how teachers would pay a blind eye to like abuse of students amongst students on each other or so, or like they'll pretend like they didn't see or act like they didn't, like, you know, they'll let kids like bully each other or something like that. But now it's quite the opposite. It's just like it's just bad. Like it's just horrible. And then now they push these agendas upon you kids that doesn't need to be. You need to focus on like your education and all that stuff. It's just bad. So it's hard for me to like make it's hard for me to make a form of opinion upon how kids now in high school is compared to me when I was in high school. It was just different. Like if you look at kids, like okay, let me use an example. If you look at kids from, what is it, 2023? If you look at kids who like if you take like a picture or a video of kids from 2023 compared to people who grew up in 2008 all the way to 2013, there's a significant difference between those types. Before 2016, I think everything went literally downhill once 2016 came in. And I'm not even talking about the Trump thing. I'm talking about just everything started to go super like woke and forced, and all these organizations coming out of nowhere, and then pushing certain agendas on children that didn't need to be. And when I say children, I'm talking about kids and teenagers. So I'm lucky to have a school where I didn't experience bullying. Well, see, this is the thing where, see, this might sound strange and counterintuitive, and hear me out. I don't think bullying's okay, and I don't think it's cool. But then again, I don't think something like that should be totally like outlawed in a sense. The reason why I say this is because bullying only happened, well, when I was growing up, only happened within school or somewhere you was physically going. It ever was rare when you get bullied like online like that, unless you're like terminally online like that. But the reason why I say it shouldn't be technically outlawed is because a bully is the representation of what, or the manifestation of what the real world will be like to a degree. It's a form of adversity that will happen to you one way or another. It doesn't have to be from a physical person. It could be like something in life, choices in life, hardship stuff. It's the idea that the world is not always going to be sunshines and rainbows to a degree. You're going to face something that you're not going to like, or deal with something you're going to not like say like a job or a boss or something like that. It's a real world understanding. It is a smidge of a real world understanding that will happen to you one way or another. And it doesn't have to be a bully, like someone who's doing something to you. It could be because a bully in my head is a life of inconvenience that grounds you in a sense like everything's not supposed to go totally well in life, because you can't walk in life without anything not happening to you, right? Especially something negative. Just as like something positive should happen to you, it's no different from something negative happening to you, because you're never going to walk in life without anything. Now it's your job to mitigate that, try to avoid as much issues as possible, which you can't, but and it takes some perspective. That video will be coming out very soon. If you're like right now, I'm not even using right now. I'm not using perspective per se. I'm using foreshortening. So like what I'm saying to this is, I'm not saying bullying is okay. I'm just saying it's a idea that shouldn't be totally like outlawed, because you need to teach kids how to deal with situations as an adult. Because if you totally like remove the inconvenience all the time before they're young, once they get to a certain like age and they experience some form of hardship, they crumble and don't know what to do. I know that's probably hard to understand, but as an adult I understand now why that. I don't think bullies are important to have, but it's something that shouldn't be outlawed, because it needs to give you a sense of the world is not always going to be good. And that's where I think where a lot of kids are getting messed up now, because since the idea of bullies and stuff like that are totally like outlawed to a nth degree, it's moved on from physical to the literal internet. Now everyone's a bully. Do you understand what I'm saying? Plus lore just hits different. How do you talk and draw at the same time? Well, when you practice long enough, it becomes intuitive, just like acting. So, and how do you like sing and play guitar at once? You gotta be really good at it, I guess, to a degree where your brain can do both. So that's how I look at it. I'm not saying bullies are okay. I don't think they should be okay. I don't think they should be tolerated. But I don't think it's good for kids to just totally not experience any form of hardship in their lives, because it's gonna make them weaker. In the long run, they won't know how to handle things per se, and when they come across a fellow adult that they can't get along with, whether it's a coworker or a college student that they have to be in the same group with, they don't know how to, mitigate or at least try to, manage themselves in a way that could be what's the word? That could be rectified in an adult understanding. What's your favorite color? Blue. That's my favorite color, blue. I would not be able to focus like that. Is it really that hard to like draw and talk at the same time? It's not something I have to practice. That's just kind of something. I think kids do it all the time. You can go up to a kid and they'll be like drawing, and then they'll be like drawing their silly little drawing, and they can talk to you most cases. Like they do this in therapy all the time. They have like kids, when they're talking to kids in therapy and they want to get them to talk, they'll give them like a crayon and a pencil or something with a paper, and they'll let them draw as they're speaking to the therapist. Is it that hard to actually like draw and talk? I don't think so. Do you have any passion projects? I Other than my channel, no. I'm trying to improve on my coding work so I can actually do some actual projects and understand coding. I'm learning Python. And then when I learn Python, I might learn C# or C-. I don't think I'll ever learn ++ because I think that's harder than all of them, but we'll see. But, yeah. But, like, are you about... Call it... No, I'm 30. I'm actually 30. I'm a character designer, teacher, content creator, video editor, and coder in training. Oh, wait. Is the game out? Oh, snap. Wait, whoa. What the... Is that game out? Oh my gosh, let me see. What the hell? Bro, I swear to God. Wait, oh, fuck, I don't got 9. Oh wait, no, 9 is there, okay. Did I get the access? Wait. Fuck, I didn't get the access? What? Hold on, guys. 1 second. I want to see if I can get the... Hold on. Steam. I wanted to play that game for the longest while now. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm sorry. I just got sidetracked by something that's really important. Okay. Can I download this now? Play says he requests to keep an eye out for an email notification from Steam when the developer is ready to accept more participants. Are you kidding me? I didn't get it. I wanted to play that game. Oh my god, bro. Hello, Nala. Okay, yes. I'm yesterday here. Why is no one speaking correct English when it comes to Instagram? Okay, do you like Shy 2? Do you like Sky 2? What's Sky? What's that? I don't know what that is. I think about No Man's Sky. What was your favorite season? Mine was the... Okay, oh, they're talking amongst each other. Never mind. The Scout season, my favorite. Okay, that you guys are talking amongst each other. They're talking about me. Never mind. I wanted to play this. That is some bullshit. Is someone playing it now? Someone's playing it now. I wanted to play that. I asked for a request. Why did they do this to me? No, I wanted to play this game. I never get early access to anything. That's some bullshit. I've been on this fucking... Oh, I know I probably do have it. Oh, God. Fate. Fate Triple. Nope, I didn't get it. That's some bullshit. That's great. That's just great. Oh, jeez. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry. I'm not reading your comments right now. Hold on. I'm just good. You want that?
Yeah, okay.
Take it. You don't. I don't need a box.
Oh, okay, but
I don't need to do like an
unboxing. You just need to show the.
I just need to show the eye. Yeah.
I'm gonna use this guy.
Okay. Did you check the mail?
Oh yeah.
Okay, where am I going with this? Okay, oh, people already had it? This is some... Bro. Ugh. I could never get early access to anything, dude. Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on, guys. Let me give you guys some context what I'm talking about, so you guys, I'm not just screaming to the wind like an old man. Let me see here. That's some BS, dude. Hey, Silver. Hope you're doing. I'm doing well, thank you. Did I do something? Okay. Okay, to the creator. If you had to pick, would you rather be in a fantasy or would you have no magic? Or I rather have fantasy. I have magic, sci-fi fantasy with no proper understanding of the technology. I rather have magic. Oh yeah, I heard of the vocal shout. Vocal shout? What do you mean? Let me see. Hey, guys. Hey, everyone. Everyone's coming in. Guys, just to let you know, in like 30 in an hour from now, we're gonna play Peak. I'm just waiting on my mods to get up here. I know Bean's ready to go. I think she's taking her dog for a walk and giving him like a bath or something. So once Bean gets back on and Mike, which I know he's gonna probably answer pretty soon by now, in an hour from now we're going to play Peak for most of the day. I wanted to play this game for the longest while. I kind of was interested. Okay. Yay, thank you.
Don't dock yourself.
What? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to play this for the longest while. And it's annoying because I thought I was going to get a key. But I didn't get a key. I requested it like a week or two before and still didn't get it. So, to hell with them. Some of you've probably seen this before. How do you stay motivated? Wait, the question is, how do you stay sure to see that? Oh, let me see. Okay, I will be sure to see that. I might even turn on the crowd control. For those who don't know what crowd control is a mod that allows you guys to mess with me and my mods in the game based on the coins that you give. So it could be gifts on TikTok, or it could be, I think, coins through YouTube or something. Yes, they're technically money, but they're really like, I don't know how it's gonna work. So we're gonna see how that's gonna play out. I might give it a try, but we'll see. Okay, I try to keep up with new games. Intriguing. Yeah, I wanted to play this. How do you stay motivated for your channel? I have yet to start at all, but do you have any advice? My advice, at least I can give you this advice. My advice to anyone who's going to start a channel, towards anything, whether it's gaming or what the case may be, know yourself. Know what you're expert in, or what you're most interested in as a niche into something you're good at. So like, say for instance, you're good at knitting, right? Or that's something you do, like something that, like, pick a hobby that you really enjoy doing. So like, say your thing is like knitting or gardening or art or whatever. And that's something you really want to share with the world. Like, think of it a way of like, if your friends was over and you had something really important to show them, or like you're a kid again and you're in kindergarten and you're doing a show and tell, right? You pick something that interests you the most. So like, say you had your favorite Power Ranger toy, you wanted to show it to your fellow classmates in kindergarten. That's your thing. That's something that you really enjoy, right? So I would make videos around that particular thing as an example I'm using. So like, if you're a big Power Rangers fan or Carmen Rider, for those who know what that is, you do Carmen Rider or like Power Ranger news. You do Power Ranger toys, like unboxing toys or figurines, if you want to say it that way. You can pick one of these. You can do all of them because they still fall under the Power Ranger, Carmen Rider type aesthetic, right? But you can pick one of those subgenres in that genre. So like if I say I like anime and I want to do anime content, you can do artwork, or you can do news on anime, like what anime is coming out. You can give anime reviews on what animes that you enjoy or you hate. You can be an extreme critic, or you can be somewhere in between. You can be a cynical type critic. You can be a more positive type critic. You know what I'm saying? You can play between the middle. You can do anime video games only. There's a black dude that I see sometimes. He plays only just anime mobile games only, gacha mobile games, and he's making a killing on that. So like, that you can do anything, per se. My motivation is wanting to get better and make things I like to bring in the community. Yeah, something like that. Or honestly, an anime that introduces you to series. Or I recommend one. Like when we do I haven't done it in a while. Like when we do our manga recommendations on Tuesdays. Like I used to do a bunch of like reactions all the time with my B2B model, but I realized that when you get too broad on reactions, it could be like really random, and that can work still, because reactions are still like a genre on its own, but you can subgenre. So you can if you're like someone like Asmongold, you can like react to virtually everything because he reacts that's all he does, right? The Roach King, as people refer to him as. But like me, I like to make my content around anime 9 times out of 10. So when we're watching, like yesterday we was watching like a true crime type thing yesterday. I wouldn't put that on my channel because that doesn't fall under the anime aesthetic, but I will definitely watch it on stream if I'm like streaming, right? So I'm doing that with you guys, like the outskirts of that. But if we're doing like a reaction on stream and it has to be a manga recommendation, I'm going to clip that whole thing, put it on my reaction channel. Does that make sense? It's 12 for me, right? Do you think I should continue trying to solve 12 soft math, or should I copy from my classmates tomorrow? Well, your classmates could be wrong. I'd rather just do it yourself. I'd rather fail on my own than copy someone and look crazy. That's how I look at it. I used to do that back when I was a teenager, like copy off my friends' homework, and I realized how stupid that was. Don't do that. Just try to figure out the work. If you're gonna fail on your own. Don't copy your friends, because when you copy your friends, they could be extremely wrong, and then your teacher will look at the same, like you guys got the same answers. I'm like, well, you guys sound extremely similar. And the rise of AI. The two things are gonna happen. Your teacher's going to assume that you copy off your friend, or you both use AI. So it makes no sense to do that anyway, so I wouldn't do that. The thing is, I want to animate and start a small indie series. I literally don't have any arts tablets or digital art tools, so I can achieve it. So you can do this way. You can start off small. This is how I would do this, but you may not want to do this. If you don't want to do this, then I suggest save your money and get your tablet. But what you can do, as a form of example, is you can start doing your animations on the.
I'm just here. Go on.
Why are you here?
Just 'cause.
Where are they?
They're in the hallway.
Doing what? Okay. You scared me.
Sorry, I was here.
Anyway, like, what was I saying? So, like, what you can do is, you can use the phone as a warm as a starting point, and just like download some free app like Flip a Clip or something. I think it's free. I don't know. I think it's probably like $3, $5 at max. And then you can try to do Flip a Clip content on the phone and learn how to do animation that way. Because you probably already have a phone, 9 times out of 10, to watch this, and then you can just use Flip a Clip, you know, to do that. So that's the way you can get started for like using $3. Or Iblis Paint, there you go. Hi, oh, hi, Artextric. Bryce says hi. Hello. So, plus copying will result in not learning meaning, and you'll get stuck behind. Yeah, you will get stuck behind with the material, and then when you have to do a test, that test is going to be based on our homework, and then you're going to just be put yourself in more hot water, so it's best not to do it. No, I'll put mine in the bottom so my teacher won't notice. Right. Trust me, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything to on the what's the right word? You're not doing anything on the original side that every other kid has tried in high school. But go ahead if you want to be my guest. But I wouldn't do that. I would just try to learn the material as best you can. If you don't know, then and you're having a hard time, I would just, I don't know, get a tutor or something. Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. No problem. So this is the game that I wanted to play, but I didn't get the stream key, sadly. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, your teacher will try to recommend some type of like open tutoring. You girls, you kids got open tutoring now. I think that used to be a thing back when I was in school, but yeah. So they'll give you like open tutoring or schedule something for you. I wanted to give it a try. That would feel embarrassing. I don't see. That's the thing. I know it's gotta be a pride thing. I know it's gonna be a pride thing. Like most of you don't want to like tell your teacher you're struggling because it feels like an ego thing. But trust me, in the long run, you kind of have to sacrifice a little bit of that ego to not get your parents be on your ass about why you're not, passing. But, that's up to you. July 24th. It came out a few days ago. Closed beta test. Oh, it was a closed beta. Well, you gotta get picked. That shit. I asked for a stream key. I didn't get one. God damn you. So annoying. Alright, hold on guys. I'll be right back. Real quick. Yeah, I'll be right back. Gotta run to the bathroom. Hold on. I'll be right back. It's off my leg. I'll be right back. So you guys have fun with that real quick. I'll be right back. I will put something on for you guys, but I'll be right back. That'll be like probably 30 seconds, probably 15. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. A little more than 15 seconds, but hey. Okay. Ah. Oof. 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 After school activities. Oh. Whew. There are no downside to asking. But I understand you don't want to do extra work than you have to. We all been there. We've all been kids at one point. We don't want to do more homework than we have to because you feel like, in a weird way, you feel like we're dumb or something like that. I know. I get it. Let's see. Oop, there we go. Fans. Got fans. Oh, what are fans? Oh, they have a fans thing. Okay. BotRix is number 8. How is BotRix even 8? Like, how is a bot considered a fan? That's stupid. That's kind of funny. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So would have been fine with where others kind of good. Okay, but I'm the only one from this for sure. So I wanted to play this, but I don't know. I don't know.
What's up guys, my name is Twanto, and today I will explain how to play every single character in Fate Trigger. If you don't know what Fate Trigger is, it is an anime-style battle royale game. I've been able to play a lot of the early builds of
Listen, I don't like battle royales anymore. I think Fortnite and every other clone of Fortnite after and PUBG has totally destroyed that for me, but like, I wanted this to be my Fortnite. I wanted to be like the ninja at this game. I don't like saying that, sounds cringe, but like, it is what it is.
Alpha tests as well as every single beta. To make things clear, I will explain how to play the character, how some of their skills may synergize with other characters in the game, as well as some bonus tips for each character. If you're looking for a more general guide on how to play the game itself, I will upload a video on that very soon. But for now, let's focus on the specifics of the characters.
I'm ready for action.
The first character is Soren. She's categorized as an assault character. With her skill, you're able to tap it for a quick jump in the air or charge it for an even greater height achieved or higher places to reach. It's great for repositioning in gunfights to reach spots where opponents might not be able to catch you in time.
Enemy sighted.
It currently has a cooldown of around 28 seconds, and unfortunately the cooldown does not change depending on how long you press it. It will always be 28 seconds. I hope they change this. Now for her ultimate, it is similar to her skill, but it takes a longer time to set up, and her teammates can use it, allowing for crazy greater travel distance and even greater height achieved. It's great for repositioning in the circle or escaping a very sticky situation. The flight time only lasts for 15 seconds, and after that you will start to descend. For her passive skill, if you look closely, whenever she lands from a fall, she has no end lag and can immediately act upon so. Every character in the game currently, if they fall from a specific height, they have an ending lag animation.
You got the
that
game?
prevents
How
them
did you
from
get the?
doing
You got the
anything.
stream key?
Soren is an amazing
I didn't get the
character for
key.
repositioning,
God
just
damn.
not for yourself, but also for your teammates if you need to get across the circle or out of a very bad situation. One bonus tip, normally when you're using your skill, going up and down, you are unable to use your weapon. However, if you are next to something you can mantle, if you press Q, go up, and quickly mantle something, it will still send you up as if your Q is still active and send you down, but this time, you can use your gun.
When we lift our sails, a new star shines on the sea.
Oh my god.
This is Nase. She's a part of the assault squad as well, and in her kit she has a lot of tools that allow for rewarding aggressive options. Her skill has 2 charges and a 28-second cooldown. To recover one, it allows her to send out her Sharky that looks for enemies and explodes upon impact of beating one, slowing
I
them
don't know how I
down
made
and
it out of
moving them away.
school because of math. Math is insane.
Her ultimate lasts for 15 seconds and allows her to have an extra life, giving her the
That's just
option
not
to be
fun.
extremely aggressive, and in case she does reach 0 health, she has a window to actually regain her life right then and there within 4 seconds. Her passive allows every single skill she uses, including her ultimate, to leave a water trail behind that boosts her movement speed as well as her teammates. She's a very powerful and aggressive character to play. Something to note is that no matter what kind of body of water she is standing on, she does get an increased movement speed, meaning the one area on the map called Lake Town that has a ton of bodies of water gives her an advantage. This is Eos. She's probably the most simple, aggressive character to learn in Fate Trigger. She is part of the assault squad, and a lot of her tools allow her to simply reward getting kills. Her skill has 2 charges, all with a 24-second cooldown, and allows her to dash in any direction she wants depending on the key she presses.
Like lightning!
She's also able to dash in the air. Her ultimate summons a laser that has 0 recoil and can shoot for as long as the meter allows her to, and the duration depends on her ultimate charge. Something to note is that whether she gets a kill with her ultimate or her gun or a knock on an enemy, it resets her cooldown on her skill. It's also important to note that if she gets a kill during her ultimate form, it also resets the charge meter.
Is there a reason why you're using Genshin Impact music? I just realized that's Genshin. I just realized that's Genshin Impact music.
This is Ryoan, or Ryo for short. His skill allows him to have enhanced movement speed, especially while sprinting. His ultimate, lasting for 40 seconds, gives him everything his skill would normally do, but also turns his button that would be his skill into a super jump. It allows him to get to very high places and very far places fast to get jumps on your opponents and to surprise them. His passive is very good, allowing him to see damaged enemies by his teammates until they get healed.
That yields is 1. You got it, right? I'm going back to get the finish of the
I
track.
wanted to play this.
Did you get the yields?
Yeah, this is down. As of now, I think Ryo is one of the strongest characters in the game just because of his mobility, but also his ability to track enemies and finish fights quicker. Shiva is one of the first characters added into the game that has a wall ability. Her firewalls
generic.
can be placed
That's
and
why I
also
wanted to play it.
rotated to act.
Because it looks like those sleeper cell type games that gets popular over time. I did want to play something that was like Valorant or like Fortnite. Because if you play games like that, it's already super popular, it's gonna be hard to be seen. So I wanted to play this because it looked generic enough to play. So the more generic it was, the more likely you'll get more people watching. In the most weirdest way ever. Like it's a weird reverse psychology thing. If you play something like, say like, I don't know, like let's use PUBG Mobile, which is popular but mostly in India. But if you play a lot of that and play it in America, you have more of a, and if it's not like that like Fortnite, you're more likely to build an audience pretty fast there instead of playing something like Fortnite that everyone's on and they just go watch the top streamers play anyway, so it makes no sense.
Act as a cover and also deal damage to
You're going
enemies
up
that
you're
have
going
no
up
fight.
a
She
higher
gets 2
health from
charges,
that
but
point.
it is important to note that it does
That's why I
have a
wanted to
little
play it so
startup
bad.
time. It does not spawn immediately. Her ultimate
wanna
acts
see
as
that
a
theory
throwable,
comes into play.
and wherever she throws it, it deals damage from above in a massive AoE. It's great for zoning players and making sure they aren't out in the open, or punishing players for being out in the open. Personally, I think her ultimate starts up a little bit slow and gives too much time for the enemy to dodge it, but it's still a great zoning tool out in the open. Shiva's special passive allows her to have blue incendiary grenades, enhancing the effects of them. I also noticed that if you throw it at a certain object or person, it has a bigger AoE compared to a normal incendiary grenade thrown by another character.
Nothing an incendiary grenade!
I do want to point out though that her walls are easily countered by any wall scan abilities, including Huxley's, that we'll talk about later. There's also a gun upgrade that allows wall scanning upon near misses or hits, so just be very wary of that if you are playing Shiva. Camille is the healer of the game, able to heal teammates' shield as well as their health through walls as well. She has 2 charges for her skill to heal, and if there's no teammate in target, she's also able to heal herself. In addition, she can heal more than one person on 1 charge. For her special passive, she can revive any downed teammate within line of sight from a set range. For her ultimate, she creates a place where all of her teammates, including herself, can teleport to and will be healed inside the AoE, but there is a catch. That's where
You have to be within 300 meters. Oh my god, that's perfect. That's
250, get in. Come here, come here, baby.
Yeah.
The teleport has to be within 300 meters of a downed teammate or a live teammate to be able to teleport.
So lifeline.
And this is the loot goblin of Fate Trigger. Her name is Mindy, and her whole
Goblin.
idea of existing in this game is to drop loot. Her skill allows her to teleport at a set distance or at a set height as well. It is a very, very slow startup, and other enemies are able to see the path of where she is going to teleport. But the biggest thing about her kit is that her ultimate spawns a loot drop that you would normally find out in the open randomly. Now, this is part of her ultimate, yes, and it comes very fast, very frequently. However, the rule is it can only supply loot that is better than the squad's entire loot combined. So yes, you are able to get a red tier weapon off the first drop, which has some of the best guns in the game. And when you think she couldn't get greedier, she's able to see any blue rarity item through a wall. And if she doesn't have any guns, she can also see guns through walls as well. As of right now, I kind of think Mindy is a bit of a niche character. Her teleport can be good, but it has a slow startup and enemies are able to see where she is going. I think they should allow teammates to have a window to be able to use her teleport as well. I think that would give her a lot more value, but as of right now, she's just a loot spawner. If they do what I recommend with the teleport, they should probably nerf the ultimate though. Currently the only recon in the game, probably the most broken character in the game actually. Her skill allows her to scan a wide AoE, revealing enemies behind walls and tracking them for a small bit of time. Her ultimate summons a huge smoke bomb that no one can see in and no one can see out. It complements her skill well as she's able to scan inside the smoke, revealing enemies if they are stuck inside. Something interesting is that flashes still actually work inside the smoke, so if there are enemies in it, you can actually flash them. Her passive is also very good. If there are any down around enemies, she can do a special finish on them, which reveals the rest of the enemy squad. Overall,
What?
Huxley is probably a...
Wait, what? Hey, Citra? Hey, Citra, I think you're still in here. What? Wait, so let me get this straight, if I'm hearing that right. If she downs another player on the opposite team, if she gets close enough to the body on the floor, she can actually see the position of the other people? Are you serious? That's kind of annoying. I don't find that annoying.
Must play in competitive settings. She is the most broken character in the game right now. I'm not sure if scans should exist in this game, but we'll see in the future.
You know what they should do? If they're gonna have scans in the game, then you have someone who has a counter scan. So they can, like, their passive... if that's broken, then you need characters that can have a passive that allows them not to be scanned so easily, even if you're using an ultimate. So that she's not so like, that's the only way to counter that problem. It's kind of like the problem right now with Marvel Rivals, where they have a bunch of flyers and then a bunch of tanks can't get to them because they can't fly to them. So you need more characters that can pull the flyers down than have, you know what I'm saying? Like, other than than just having a hit scan or a, what do you call it? A hit scan, like a, what's his name? Punisher, a cloak and dagger, and I guess an invisible woman. So you need more of that so they can bring the flyers down.
This is Kira. Her skill allows her to build a temporary wall setup with a window that she can shoot out of, but enemies can't shoot back through. It's important to note that it can be destroyed, and it's made up of 4 parts.
That's the one.
It is a 26-second cooldown, and she has 2 charges. Her skill is actually very, very valuable, especially if the circle is out in the open in endgame. It's also a great way to support teammates or create cover if you need to revive someone. Her ultimate is also very powerful too, creating a tower that she can jump up from the boosters at the very bottom. With her skill, she can easily create one-way windows, but reminder, it can be broken as well. A little tip I have is that, yes, enemies can also use it too and get inside, but you are able to destroy it on command, so if you want to surprise someone who is still in your tower, you can delete it in front of their eyes.
You said they needed an outpower, so...
And for the last character of our current patch, we have Cynric. Similar to Shiva, except his walls are see-through, but they cannot be shot through or have throwables thrown through them. And he can also rotate them. It's one of the most powerful skills in the game, and he is one of the most powerful defenders in the game. His ultimate allows him to teleport to any ally, summoning a see-through fortress that has the same properties as his skill.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
What?
The only thing that isn't
What?
covered, though, is this.
What? Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. He can teleport to virtually anyone on your team. Huh. That's a lifesaver right there. That can make a break or any situation, especially if the person's good at fighting. Holy shit.
Ceiling. This is great for rescuing down teammates or giving them a bit of extra time in combination with Camille's ult, allowing them to teleport back safely to be revived. Cynric and Camille are a very good combo. Lastly, his passive creates a shield around any down teammate, including himself. This increases the survival chance of you being revived, since the shield is extremely tanky. But I have to let you know, there is a cooldown on it, so it may not appear at all times, and it can also be destroyed. I hope you got some sort of value off of this, and if there are any corrections, it will be made in the Google Sheet I made from the community of notes we put together about Fate Trigger. Check it out in the description. And if you have any questions, you can ask me live, where I will stream the game at twitch.tv/Toronto.
Alright.
Again, this
Just
is a
message
general
me and then
guide for
she'll go.
characters,
She was
so
in here
if you
earlier.
want
She was
a
waiting.
specific guide
She
for
wanted to know.
characters where I will talk about much more detailed things, including numbers and
we'll
strategies.
start. Just
Let me know in the
message
comments
her
down
and let her
below.
know that you're
At
ready
the
to
end
go.
of the day, I do want to
Because
help
I think
create a
she's
very
still
fun
dealing with the
environment and
puppy.
community, so just be sure to have fun, and it's okay if you're struggling
Yeah.
to learn. It happens. There's a lot of characters and a lot of mechanics and a lot of things to pick out. So just enjoy the game for now. And I'll see you next time.
Beat his ass. Did we just beat his ass? Wait, go back. Did he beat his ass?
No. And I'll see you next time.
Damn! Alright, do your thing. Get that out of the way and then we'll get stuff ready. They beat bro's ass. Fortnite but anime. Okay, Jesus. Fight back! Fight back!
But all I've seen over the past couple of weeks is people telling me Nikke is such a good gacha game. You gotta play Nikke. The Nikke music is insane. Nikke is not just a Guna game, it's a great story. So when I saw this video come up, I did have to question, why is Nikke such a massive success? Is it not just a Guna game? Because the marketing of that game would tell me otherwise. This is another video by Psyche, so let's have a look.
Why is Nikke a massive success?
Good
With only
question.
one previous major project under their belt, Shift Up is a Korean game studio that rose from the shadows to great heights.
This might be crazy. I actually didn't know Nikke was a Korean gacha game.
Previously a relatively unknown team, now competing with the likes of Hoyoverse games. And even at its peak,
I don't take a look at the gacha revenue reports that often, but I mean, this is 2023. Is this where the game came out? But either way, I did not expect it to be up in the top 3.
surpassing Honkai Star Rail's monthly revenue.
That's kind of crazy.
The question
dude.
is, what exactly went right? Let's take a look beyond the eye.
Well, what?
Ugh!
I can see two things.
Oh my god! Fuck! Look at the size of that gun. That was amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing. Holy shit. Do you guys see that gun there? Holy fuck. I haven't seen something so amazing in my entire life. That is so futuristic. Holy balls. Jesus Christ. Woo! Oh, hell no.
Right.
Candy. Beyond exhilarating,
Why do you think I'm an
one-handed
artist?
gameplay, and find out why this game, for seemingly degenerates, is able to compete
Jesus.
toe-to-toe with the highest-grossing gacha games on the market.
Bro, this video is about to get demonetized. What?
My name is Psyche, and today let's find out.
Alright, let's take a look at Psyche. I really like Psyche's videos. I do have to put that out there. I think he covers things really in depth and in such a clear and concise way.
Right?
From the perspective of outsiders, you may think Nikke looks like your typical harem waifu collection set.
I am an outsider, and yes, it does.
And while that's mostly the case, there's actually a pretty good game underneath. Let's start from the beginning. How was the game initially marketed?
What?
Well, after some time in early access, the game launched on November 4th, 2022. During its first
Okay.
month, according to Pocket Gamer, the game grossed a total of $70 million. For a new
Whoa!
IP, relatively
That is
Holy fuck, what? Bro, that's not a number you just kind of like pass by on. 70 million? 70 million?
absolutely insane. I'm pretty certain, please, the video is probably going to correct me here, but I'm pretty certain the biggest marketing strategy that was used for Nikke was like the Guna elements. Am I crazy? I didn't know Nikke apparently had a good story.
unknown studio, this amount puts it on the same
I'm not gonna
level
lie.
as
If
Genshin.
even if the
Which
Gunner
is not bad at
even
all.
if the
So
Gunner
how
element is the main reason why it made a lot of money, that tells you how many people like good-looking women. Like, face it or not, I don't care what anyone tells me. I don't care. People conventionally like good-looking women, and just good-looking people in general. It's just a natural, biological thing. If you deny that in the slightest, you are denying reality at the slightest. Come on. It is what it is. It is what it is.
market the game to get this much.
Game is
not
game.
bad.
You can
It's great.
fight that all you
The way
want.
they did it was interesting. It's very clear at first glance that it's not even trying to hide its heavy focus on fan service
Yeah.
to the point where
I
you
believe
wonder
you.
if they were self-aware. There were memes
bro.
spawning about
Of course they would. They knew exactly what they were doing.
this concept.
I'm coming.
You got
What?
popular online influencers checking it out.
So yeah, I mean,
This
if they
skin
want to
is
sponsor me
insane.
and play that game, I'd rather get paid than do it for free. But even then, I might still do it.
There was an ad for the Thai audience that was promptly taken down for
Oh
being
yeah, this.
This is insanity, dude. Oh my god.
Bro, I'm telling you, this commercial would have been perfectly fine in the early 2000s. I'm telling you, bah. It would have been perfect in the early 2000s, late 90s, or even early 90s. This would have been perfect. Perfect marketing. It's perfect. Now that is considered some type of outlaw problem. That's crazy.
Oh my god, oh my god. I got like, bro, I've dead ass got like secondhand embarrassment.
to on the nose. They said the player base complained since they thought it was too rude to portray a fan of the game like this. But to be honest,
I
many
mean-
would agree that taking down the ad was a travesty and that the game was perfectly self-aware of who its audience is and is not afraid to show it.
I think the thing is, the game is self-aware of who the audience is. The audience is not self-aware, right?
Please don't let me down.
Oh my
Despite all that, it got
bro, that got recoil, and I ain't just talking about the guns.
the ball rolling.
I
It
got
people
recoil.
talking about it. I took a look and tried it out as the sexual innuendos were so ridiculous that I just had to see the game that everyone was talking about.
Yep.
It had a strong player base right off the bat. But just because it's successful at launch, it doesn't mean much if the game dies off soon after.
True.
The next step is to use the money to make the game better and retain players. Now before I continue,
I wonder if they've done that outside of skins, because I do know they bring out some insane skins, but obviously that is also appealing to the Guna elements. But yeah, I mean, hey, the devs did do a great job of creating a strong player base, at least one-sided strong, right? Because, I mean, one hand's doing all the work here.
I do want to clear up a misconception that you may have heard if you never played it.
Okay.
Is that the game is only selling because of its sexual themes. This is false.
Okay.
Plenty of gacha games fail because gameplay or another aspect of it doesn't hold up. It's
You know
a
what? That
gacha
is
game.
true.
You still have to make the game portion of it. I'll save this topic for a future video, but just making attractive characters is not going to work.
He's not lying. He's not lying. Like, as much as I would like to admit that, don't want to admit that, he's not lying. Just because your characters are attractive does not hold the whole story up. That can help, like, maybe a lot, 9 times out of 10. But it's not the end-all be-all. You have to have a compelling story. Some people actually care about that shit a lot. Given that I've worked with them before, oh god. Raid Shadow Legends is it is generically made the way it is, and it's just yeah. It's like having icing off the cake. Bright pretty much summed it up in the best way, better than I could.
That is
You
very fair.
still need a good game beside it. Many longtime players will
How
say
you
that
learn
it's
how to
the
draw
many
so
other
well.
elements of the game that
My
keeps the
main
play.
issue is
Because of the
combining
lore,
structure,
the
anatomy,
story,
and gesture.
the gameplay.
You need to learn. You need to learn the 8 fundamentals. I have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to that and watch it. I posted it, I think, a week or 2 ago, and I posted the gesture video as well. So if you're having a problem with gesture, that'll be one of the 3 first things you need to learn. You need to learn shapes, but I don't mention shapes because, well, it's shapes. I don't need to tell you what a square looks like. Forms, which I'm doing right now, trying to understand forms onto the object. And third, gesture. Gesture is one of my bread and butter. I can do gestures pretty well. So if I was you, I would move on. If you're having a problem with gesture and anatomy, don't worry about anatomy or structure. Worry about your gesture, forms, and shape, form, and shape, form, and gesture. Worry about those 3 things first. And then, because anatomy is the overall concept of most of everything. So, like, I wouldn't worry about anatomy right away. Worry about getting your form, shape. When I say shape, I'm talking about 2D shapes. If you know what a square looks like, then you're pretty much past that. If you know what a circle looks like, you're pretty much past that. Move on to forms, meaning making a 3D shape, like a cube, a triangle. You know, either draw it or use light and shadow. Once you understand that, move on to gesture. But since you're not a full student, I can't go in full detail on that. So since you're not a full student, I suggest go to the YouTube channel and watch those videos. I actually have the video on forum coming out next week, or this week coming, this Thursday coming, or Friday. I think either Thursday or Friday coming, so yeah.
And so on. Which is what we'll talk about next.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for Genshin, for me, the main reason I'm still playing is the story. The gameplay for me is just, it's gone down a few pegs since I started playing.
I don't know the story of Genshin. It feels like a big convoluted nothing burger. I'm sorry, I try to play Genshin, and you guys watched me play Genshin before on stream, but like I believe both Genshin and Zenless, I have a hard time keeping up with the story because it's a lot, and it's like, maybe it's just because I'm older now. It's just like it's a lot. I don't care for the story. I just want to play the game. I just want to get down to the the meat and potato things. So.
Playing the game. Quite a few pegs. Wuwa, I mainly play for the story, but also the combat. So yeah, I totally understand that kind of mindset there.
So what did they do to retain players? Well, one of the first was that even at launch, they already had a lot of quality of life features like deploy all for the daily expeditions,
Nice.
quick battling to save time, and fairly generous rewards. The story was also off to a good start. There wasn't too much blocking your progression until a bit later. And what's unique about games at launch is that no one is at the end game yet. So
The gameplay actually looks pretty fun, I will say. Do you have to hit weak spots?
no one can really attest whether or not the game becomes
I don't know.
anyway.
Okay.
The generous gacha rates is another aspect that, alongside Shift Up's previous gacha game Destiny Child, they are extremely generous with the pull rates and freebies. Nikkei has an SSR drop chance of 4%.
Whoa, 4% is very high. What the hell? And then, is there 50-50?
Which statistically averages 1 every 25 pulls.
I'm gonna
There is a
assume yes.
coin flip of 2% for the rate up, and every time you pull on the banner using gacha currency, you get a mileage ticket.
Okay.
Get 200 of those, and you can just straight up exchange a copy of the rate up unit from the shop. These tickets are permanent, so you can...
Wait, let me get this straight, because I feel like I missed something there. Every time you pull on the banner, one pull, you get a mileage ticket. So after 200 pulls, you get to exchange something no matter what. Is there no 50-50? Like, you're never actually guaranteed to pull the character, but after 200 pulls, you could just straight up get a copy of the character. But you could also get lucky and get, like, 1 or 2 copies of the character in those 200 pulls, and then buy another copy. Am I getting that right? It seems like that's the case. Is there a pity system at least?
You can afford them as long as you please, for as many
Okay.
as you please. There is the cash shop, of course, and honestly, I think 90% of it is whale bait. You
For
really
sure.
don't need any of these packages that can be bought for real money.
Okay.
Just for simplicity, I paid the $5 monthly welcome. And a year into launch, I have all but 3 units in the entire roster.
Jesus.
That speaks volumes about how generous the gacha is. Meaning, I can play with more teams, and more units
And less hands.
equals more ways to play.
Sorry.
I love how I have to say my video game is generous to me. I have to sit here and think to myself, I have to, like, we live in a time where people can say my video game is being generous to me because it gives me more drops than usual. Not that I bought a game, it has drops and stuff, and I can just get it whenever I want to, or like earn it. I have to pay money for it. And it's being generous to me on a gambling like concept. That's crazy.
I'm gonna keep making jokes, but this does actually look pretty good.
Even as a low spender, I can actually experiment and see what works, and try off-meta teams for myself. But how is it
Goddamn,
possible to get that many units from just being a low spender? Was I just lucky?
Generosity?
Well, that's also partly because the vast majority of Nikkei's released characters enter the standard pool after their initial banner. Only in very special cases like Summer and...
Is that 2B? Oh my god, it is 2B. You know, if there's any game that could do justice to 2B fans, I guess it would be Nikkei, right?
pull-up events will the rate-up character be limited. About 90% of
God.
the entire roster you can just randomly be spooked by when you pull the gacha.
That's
So with
crazy.
a 4% drop chance, you're going to be landing new units left and right. On the standard banner, you also get to wishlist 5 characters from each of the 3 factions within the lore. When you pull an SSR of that respective faction, you are guaranteed to get one of the 5 units you've wishlisted. Again, a great quality of life to help you narrow down undesired characters.
Did they have this stuff in the game from launch?
And if that wasn't enough, there's also a friend point gacha. What you can get the currency from just sending and receiving cards from friends, which has a halved SSR chance of 2%, but
That's still good. What?
you can still get SSRs for free from time to time. As you can see, there are many safety nets put in place to ensure you're not left without a new SSR to play with.
That's
for a
kind of
while.
crazy. That
And
is
the rates are
good.
generous enough that you still get a decent amount of the entire roster,
Jesus
even if you
Christ.
go into the game as a free-to-play. Now onto the daily
I got to admit, dude, Guna elements aside, the character designs are so good.
grind. It's quite typical for a live service game to have daily tasks to keep you coming back.
Yep.
And as with other gacha games, you do have to do daily tasks to maximize your output in Nikkei. Luckily,
Okay.
due to how easy it is, you can get them done in around 15 minutes, assuming there's no special event happening, and can even put the game on auto for certain levels. The quick battle feature is also present if your combat level is above the recommended power.
Oh, so if you're like overpowered, you can just clear it with one click.
You instantly clear the level without having to go through it.
That's pretty
This
good.
cuts down the grind time by a pretty big margin, and is even given as an option for clearing event stages for bonus currency.
Oh, very
A
nice.
feature certain other gacha games do not have.
Yep.
Certain live services
Well, yeah, Genshin doesn't have that. It does have a very easy way to clear dailies now, though, which is just spending your resin. Like, if you build up the encounter points, that is very, very easy
lose
nowadays.
players when the dailies are too grindy. But Nikkei seems to respect your time while also demanding just the right amount to return every day.
Yeah.
I think this should be the standard for future release live service games. The daily tasks should take up to 20 minutes maximum. Everyone's got other things going on.
Bro, honestly, I even think 20 minutes is too long just for simple dailies. I think the game should have more going on than just dailies to keep you coming back. And I think dailies should take like 5-10 minutes max. Maybe that's a hot take, but I think 20 minutes every day just for dailies is going to start feeling like a job.
their lives, and demanding too much time to maintain the game will just drive new players away.
Yeah.
Another way
True.
live service games retain players is through elements of FOMO,
Oh,
or
God.
fear of missing out.
I'm going to assume Nikkei also has FOMO.
Yeah, that doesn't work on me. I am not the target audience. That shit does not work on me. I don't give a flying fuck if you have some type of skin that's gonna be there for only one time and ever never coming back. I don't care. I don't fucking care. You know why I don't care? Is because I come from an era where when you play a game, especially if something that has to deal with a cosmetic, you have to earn the cosmetic, right? Whether it was a Call of Duty, a Halo, shit, a God of War single-player game, playing on the hardest Gears of War gun. You know what I'm saying? I come from an era where the skin don't mean shit if you didn't earn it. Yeah, grind that shit, and you have it. You can actually have bragging rights that you can say, I'm better than you, to a degree. But when you can just pull out your credit card and be like... It cheapens the whole idea of the whole thing. And then what's worse, if you're playing a game that's like a multiplayer game that has to put you on PvP against another person who's way better than you, and they're wearing the default skin, and they're destroying you. They're destroying you with the default skin, and then they're just teabagging you right after. You're like, you gotta stop and think to yourself, I'm getting teabagged in the 2B skin right now. I'm just an example. On Fortnite or something. I'm being teabagged right now, and there's nothing I do. Or you're in the incredible skin as Mrs. Incredible, and you're getting teabagged, and you literally getting killed by a dude in default Fortnite plain guy skin. That must hurt. It's crazy work. I can't do it, and you see, that's why when you guys watch me play games like this, you don't see me jump on no damn skin. Shit, I still have like 200 plus loot boxes right now on Apex Legends. I used to have 2,000 something plus on Overwatch of the skins. I had 2,000 something loot boxes of the skins. The only reason those loot boxes got open is because they opened it for me before Overwatch 2 came out. That pissed me the fuck off, because not only two reasons why I didn't open them. One, I didn't think the skins were important. They're cool, but I didn't think they was important to have to play, because I don't see the skin anyway, right? I'm playing, like, the only time you see the skin is when you're playing, like, a tank or something, and you're playing, like, a Reinhardt, and you have the shield, then you can see the full body of the skin. But when you're playing, like, a Zen or something, you hardly ever see the skin until you die. right? They force open them on me on Overwatch too. That shit pissed me off because I was gonna do a video on that. I was gonna hold a whole video of you guys getting to see me open all 2,000 boxes and make it into a video to post on YouTube to get some views. Once they open it for me, that shit pissed me off because I was gonna open it like I think a few days or at least a week before Overwatch 2 came out. No, they opened 2 weeks before Overwatch 2 came out. That shit pissed me the fuck off. I was so pissed. Bro. I'm using a translator now just to say that your art drawings are incredible. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Zach. I do. Thank you, bro. Oh, well, that's one thing. I do remember that. You can actually do emoting. But, like, how many times you're emoting, like, in mid-game half the time? Usually you're only emoting in the lobby, or you're emoting and you guys just got the point. But, like, I get what you're saying. But the thing is like, for me, it's like, I don't know. If you're not good at the game, I don't think you should put, like, when I say good at a game, you gotta be, like, I can understand for you to get skins. Like, if you want to get skins, you should be at least, like, top tier diamond or master level. I think if you're at those two tiers, like top tier diamond and like high end diamond to like low end master, then I can see why you can get a skin. But when you're like low tier fucking platinum or silver, depending on what game you're playing, what are you doing? like you're low tier, like you're just over bronze, and then you're silver or platinum, as you want to call it, then gold, then diamond, and then masters, depending on what game you're playing. I think Overwatch it's bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and then master, grandmaster, and you know. And then I think on Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, it's bronze, I think, platinum, gold, diamond, master, grandmaster, and I think one before what do you call it? For Overwatch, it's called Top 500. The other one is called the one before all or some shit like that, some term. How did you learn how to draw? I practice constantly practice. I learned my fundamentals. Learn the 8 fundamentals, and you do that. For you to learn that, go to my channel, and I explain that on. I posted a tutorial on that very thing for beginners if you're having a hard time on where you need to start. Or so. But yeah.
There's no way to catch a game.
Like limited time events, limited time rewards,
Yep.
limited time skins, and battle passes. So how does Nikkei handle FOMO elements? Let's first go through the things that truly are limited. Every month and during certain events, there is a purchasable battle pass for $20.
Okay.
And reaching the end of the reward track will give you a unique character skin. As it currently
okay.
stands,
Skins in battle passes. Oh my god. It's almost as if people have been asking for this in other games for such a long time. That's crazy, dude.
if you missed out on the original run of the battle pass, there is no alternative way to get them.
Okay.
This is probably the major thing that truly has the element of FOMO.
Yeah, that's pretty big FOMO as well, but it is purely
Yeah, I
FOMO.
noticed that because I noticed that I think Fortnite and I think Marvel Rivals and even Overwatch does this. I don't know if Valorant does this. I'm pretty sure they do. They'll say, "Oh, it's FOMO for the season or something for this skin or this collaboration skin," and then a couple of months to a year later, they'll do an anniversary thing where you get all the skins that you couldn't get from the previous seasons, and then you can probably just get all this thing. It just kind of kills the FOMO in itself. That's not FOMO. If anything, it's a glorified limited time till later on we'll be back, or it's just a delay at that point. It's just a glorified, or it's a fake way of saying that it's FOMO. What we want to keep retaining you guys, so even though we say it's only for this time, it's really saying from a year from now we'll probably put it back up for the anniversary and some shit so you guys can get them. That's right there. I can respect that at that point now. That makes me want to get the skin. Not me, but if I was people who buy skins like that, that will make me want to actually stay, because now that skin actually means something at that point. Yes, credit card wise, and that still is stupid because let's just say you got all the skins so far. But for some reason, Nikkei went down because they made financial decisions that didn't make any sense, or something went wrong, and they have to shut down the game. All that skins are gone. You can't play the game anymore. 9 times out of 10, you can't play the game because most of these games are not built for offline. They're usually built for online, right? So if the game is offline and you still have it on your phone for whatever reason, or if you're using your phone or your computer, I think you can use both, you can't play the game, and all those skins are worthless. So it's like, this is why I don't really dabble into this. I hate saying this because I know Bri plays it, and I'm pretty sure he has some skins. Maybe he bought some skins for all I know, or even if he didn't buy no skins and he earned some skins, because you know how they'll have those seasonal skin events that happens, that some of them will be free, some of them to buy. Like Overwatch does that. Sometimes they'll give you like a free skin for the Christmas or something. You might get like a emote skin or something like that. Something like that. But it's not everything in the battle pass, but some stuff is free for the season. But oh, okay. Let's go, bro. You know it, bro. You know it, my bro. You give up on math. I'm sorry. But yeah, I can't, because just to know that my money's just going to waste. You know what? The thing is, for me, I can understand if you're a streamer and you're buying skins, because if you're a streamer, like when I say streamer, I'm talking about popular streamer. If you're like a Tim Man or something like that, or I am Timmy or something like that, it's Timmy or something like that, and you're popular like that, you getting the skin makes sense because it promotes the game, and since you have skill, it makes other people want to get the game. That too. You actually have the skin, you just can't play them in game, right? And half the time you're not paying attention to the skin, you're paying attention to the gameplay, right? So like it seems almost pointless to get them at that point. But like if you're a streamer, all right, later Emma, my God, I said that right. Have a great night. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it, and I hope you get your homework done. I'm sorry about the math. But if you're a streamer, right, and you play this game or play any of these games, I can understand why you would buy a skin, because what you're doing is you're trying to get you're getting more people to watch you play the game, and then you try to get other people to play the game, and then you buying the skin helps the game prosper because you're a popular streamer, people like you for whatever reason, and you're probably good at the game. So if you're good at the game, or even if you're not good at the game and you're buying skins and you're entertaining and people like you playing this game because it brings the best out of your content, I don't see why not buy a skin, because it's not actually a throwaway of money, because the $10 or $20 you use to get those skins or the battle pass will be thousands of dollars made up back, because people are going to say you should get the skin, or people will send you money to get the skin. They do it all the time with Kyle. Kyle said, I have stuff in my link right now for my Amazon link. If you guys want to support your boy, and they'll buy him shit, right? Because of the stuff he talks about, right? So if he's playing like something like this, or he's playing Nikkei this, or he's playing like Fortnite or something with a certain skin, someone's gonna give him the skin or gift him the skin because they like his content. So it's not even worth worrying about buying the skin even as a streamer, because someone who likes you enough will actually get the skin for you because they like your content, because you bring them whatever joy you're bringing them. So I have no problem with skins at that point, because it helps promote the game, right? The streamer gets more like clout, and it also brings more eyes to the game. Makes sense. But if you're a no man Joe Schmo, right, and you're just buying skins, you're not trying to make your name for yourself, you're trying to I don't think buying skins makes no sense. I think it makes almost pointless reasons to buy that shit. I don't think it makes sense.
This would depend on how much you value cosmetic skins.
Yeah.
Another case of this will be collab events. In 2023, there have been 2, the Chainsaw Man collab and the Nier collab.
There was a Chainsaw Man collab? What?
In 2023, there have been 2, the Chainsaw Man collab and the Nier collab.
There was a Chainsaw Man?
It's quite unlikely that these events or characters will get a rerun, but this really isn't an issue with Nier.
Wait, so I can't get 2B no more?
but an issue with co-op events and gacha games
No.
in general.
Yeah, that's true.
Because of problems that arise with licensing, it's normal for gacha co-op events to never get a rerun.
Yeah.
So while this would count as FOMO, it's an issue that's shared universally across all gacha games.
Yeah, that is very true. That's understandable FOMO in my opinion.
Now that we're done about talking about the bad parts, what are some ways
Oh,
Nikkei
that
does
sucks.
to eliminate FOMO? Well,
sorry about
every
that,
event
bro.
will last either 2
I
or
want
3
to learn
weeks,
English
depending on
properly
the
so
scale.
I can
And at
watch
some
your
point
lives. I
after the
understand. I
event
get
ends,
you.
certain ones are added
I
to the
gotcha.
event archive. This is where you can still view the story and play the mini.
The best thing for you, Zach, is that I think YouTube now does dubs on people's videos who speak other languages. Oh, for real? Oh, for real? For real? That's crazy. Okay. I just saw something in the corner. Was that Mike?
Game of certain events from the past, and it is permanent.
Brother. This is a phenomenal thing that I wish Genshin and other gacha games took on board, bro. I think just having an event archive and even a story archive is one of the best things that they could do.
Meaning, even if you started playing today, you can still experience some of the most impactful events the game has had so far.
Crazy.
Because of this feature, even new players are able to catch up on the lore and be in the loop on why these events were so good. The event archive is not something typically seen in gacha
It's a
games,
dream,
and it
bro.
is being updated with every content patch. Genshin never rerun events. FGO does it once after a year or so, so having all the best events right at your fingertip.
That too. What is your YouTube? Same name, same everything. The link is in my bio on Instagram. You might see it. It's the link tree. It's in my bio. Let me just show them just because you might really not understand what I'm trying to say. You know, you know what's weird? I don't know if this is just an American thing. Maybe because I'm just an American. I'm an ignorant American. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got oh my god. Instagram, come on, I just opened the app, bitch. Damn. Okay. I just opened the app. Okay, so to answer your question, Zach, right here, you click on this, or you go to my bio here, and you can find, and you go to the link tree right here, or the YouTube channel's right here. It'll open for you on the phone. If you're on the phone, the YouTube channel's right here, so you can just go. I hope that helps.
Permanently is an amazing
Is
way to
being
treat
back,
even
guys?
newcomers to the game. And I would argue missing out on story
Someone say
content
near.
is way more impactful than missing out on skins.
It is. Like, I'll give
Yep.
you a bug here, bro. Like, the weapons and stuff, the
It was,
limited time weapons that you can get from
it was,
events in Genshin,
right.
it's not even cosmetic at this point, right? But it is limited time weapons, and some of them are best in slot weapons for certain characters for a long time. I think that's kind of dog shit. However, if it was a choice of being
Hello,
able to get
Waffle.
the old weapons or being able to replay the old event stories, I would choose the old event stories in a heartbeat, dude. There's so much important lore in those events. One-time domains that you will never ever see again. One-time OSTs like Fischl's goddamn OST in the what was it, like 2.8 Summer Islands? Oh, bro, there's just so much that you miss out on as a player if you just don't take part in these limited time events. It's crazy.
I also want to briefly talk about UI and accessibility. In story cutscenes, you can view the backlog of recent dialogue in case you missed something.
Amazing, that's
and
good.
the skip button exists.
Nice.
There's also keyboard shortcuts on PC, so you can just press 1 or 2 on the keyboard
So you can play with one hand.
when selecting dialogue prompts, instead of forcing you to drag your mouse over the button. These
Yeah,
may seem
that'd be
very
quite both
fundamental
hands, bro.
features to have, and they are. The skip and backlog button have been present
No problem,
from
Zach.
FGO all the way back in 2015. Yet the highest grossing gacha game right now doesn't seem to know how to do this. The game will
Oh, I mean, they know how to do it.
also give skill reset modules from time to time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this, but I feel like an ignorant American saying this, but I always feel like as an American, every other country knows what I'm saying, but I don't know what they're saying. You know, you get like, I'm speaking like if I went to Japan or went to Mexico, and I said something in English to someone, I feel like they do kind of understand what I'm saying. That I just can't communicate with them. So if I went up to like someone who's Japanese and said, like, okay, Like, if I went to someone who's Japanese in Japan and says, "Excuse me, can you tell me where Shibuya is?" They hear the word Shibuya and see me pointing. So I think in my head they hear what I'm saying as in, oh, they're asking directions to Shibuya. But because I speak Japanese and I try to explain it to him or her, they won't understand me. I won't understand them, but I feel like they understand English. Isn't that weird? Does any American feel that way? Like, you feel like they know English. Like, they don't know it. They understand it in a way that you can say, like, do you know X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I stupid? Am I the only one who feels this way? Like, if I think we all see this in, like, in movies and shows, especially in comedy movies, when there's, like, a communication problem in the old, like, 2008 era, like, the Superbads and stuff. Like, I feel like whenever you talk to someone of a different like language, but you're just a lonely American and you speak to them, you feel like in your head, in your American head, they know what you're saying. You just don't understand what they're saying. Like, it's like an ignorant way of thinking. Isn't that? I'm not crazy, right? I'm not crazy.
What is that?
Well, you will get refunded all the materials put into a unit's skill, in case you want to respec it into something else. You can also reset a unit's levels with a tiny bit of premium currency. The passive resource building up only completely fills up after 24 hours.
Wait, that's crazy. What?
And even lets it overflow for a bit after that. So you only have to log in once a day to maximize your output.
Oh,
The
that's
icing
cool.
on top, you don't actually
Oh,
have
Mike,
to level
can you-
every
can you
character
re-
get.
can you
With
reach
the
out
single
to-
device
to
mechanic,
Bean?
You just have to level 5 units. And everyone
Anyone
else
reach
placed
out to
into
Bean?
the device
Ask her
will
if she's ready,
automatically
'cause I
sync
know
the
Mike's
level to the
waiting.
Oh, that's cool. I've seen other gacha games
think
do
he's
this
done.
too, bro. Where I think AFK Journey did this, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken.
I think. Point. I don't know. I just feel like that's how it feels to me. Like, I feel like. I feel that's how it feels. Unfortunately, the translation didn't work for some reason, but I'll keep watching anyway. Oh, okay. I understand. Oh, wait. Okay, I get it. The translation didn't turn on YouTube for him. That's sad. I'm sorry about that, Zach. I guess they didn't get to every channel yet. I know it's technically new. Google's trying it out, and it's helpful because I got some channels that speak solely Japanese to learn like new techniques in drawing, and they've been helpful because they dubbed them in English with an AI English bot. But yes, this is okay. There. I would play it on stream. I would play the game on stream. I may have to play this game on stream.
There, actually. There was another game that I played that did this, and it is such a cool detail and quality of life so you don't spend super long leveling up like 80 plus characters, bro. This is a great thing.
The 5 units. You can also view past story cutscenes, listen to the game's OST, which absolutely slaps, by the way, and also set a music track on your main lobby screen.
Apparently the shop OST is like goated.
As with any successful gacha game on the market, getting to the late game will unlock challenge content and other modes to test your skills.
Okay.
The game may have just started out as an idle game, but the mechanics and team...
Okay, I'm gonna ask Bri or anyone who plays this. Does it actually take skill to play this game? Yes or no? I'm not talking about the Guna shit. I'm just saying, does it take actual strategy and or skill to play this game? I just want to know that. That's all I want to know. Does it take skill? Does it like frustrate you? Does it? It's fine. No. He says no. Okay. The shop facts. The shop OST is fire. OST means like the soundtrack, right? I'm pretty sure.
Building can get complex.
Cool.
Where late game levels with
I
the
like mechanics.
manual play and understanding of the level structure were bosses. However, unlike Genshin, there is actually significant endgame content.
No matter what video
You know, someone asked a question earlier at the stream. This looks like Genshin. Sadly, it's not. No, that's later on. Okay. It's obvious. I know, but people saying skill. The dude said skill, so I'm like, what skill? Isn't you just tapping the screen or pressing a button for them to shoot and jiggle half the time? Only crazy people say otherwise. Okay, because I heard the word skill. I was like, does it actually take skill? I'm like, really? Like, am I just watching an anime girl jiggle with a gun? Oh, you use fingers for the game. I gotcha. You know, I don't mean to go off topic on what we're talking about, but like someone asked a question way before, I think a little bit before Bri came into the stream, because I started streaming on YouTube again today. Someone asked, would I rather be in a fantasy anime or a sci-fi anime? And what's weird, I'd rather be in a fantasy anime. I prefer fantasy, but I love character designs from sci-fi. It's weird. But that's later on. Okay, you just build up right characters at least one brain cell. Okay, gotcha. I always feel that weird. Like, I always like fantasy anime more than anything, or supernatural anime stuff, but I don't like watching a lot of mecha too much. Or not to say mecha. I don't like watching a lot of sci-fi anime. I don't know why. I find them quite boring most cases, especially if it's not like mecha focused per se. Like a Gurren Lagann or a Gundam or something like that. Dan to Dan is like a supernatural fantasy based type show. My Jobless Reincarnation, you know what I'm saying, like Dragon Ball, you know, I like watching shows like that. I prefer shows mostly that. But what's weird is I prefer watching those shows, but I do enjoy character designs from sci-fi. Is that weird? Like, I enjoy more sci-fi character designs because it's futuristic and it pushes imagination of what could be. He lost his boss.
Or as always, unlike Genshin.
Content
That's
in the
more
form
than
of
just his
competitive
balls.
raids.
Well,
You'll either participate as a part of a union for the union raid, or individually via the solo raid that happens once per month, respectively. It's mainly an optional challenge for those that are a bit competitive. There's no significant rewards even if you place highly on the leaderboard. For the union raid, you get more union chips for spending in the shop for late game upgrades.
I like that.
But even with little investments or an inactive union, as long as you participate
Are unions like guilds in MMOs or something? Is that what I'm discovering here?
in it, you will still have a steady income of these union chips. Other than that, there's nothing else for union raids other than a rank that you can show off on the top chart.
Wait, why are they all the
For
same
solo
number?
raids, you will get a bit of extra gacha currency and a unique avatar border depending on your placement relative to all players. With a tier 3 border if you score in the top 3%. It's actually surprisingly quite doable if you've been playing for long.
Do you need to whale to be able to place in like the top 3%? Dead ass?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that like a pay to win border, or is it more of a you just need skill?
As the casual players,
Like, you see, you're
vastly
using the word
outnumber
skill.
whales, though they are the ones
I think when you say skill, I think it's like you have more time than anyone else.
playing this game.
True.
Just a subtle incentive to participate in raids, but nothing too significant. The gacha currency you get are pretty negligible, and you can still get something even for just participating
See,
in
that's
it.
a win.
Another mode of
I think.
competition is PvP.
But you got no balls,
But
though. You can't use them with
PvP
girlfriends. Someone's
in
pointless.
Like normal gameplay, you can't control anything, so it's mainly a mode for whales. From PvP, you can get arena tickets.
Of course, bro,
I think the
PvP in
word.
gacha game-
I think when we translate the word skill, I think it means who has more time to play the game. I think that's where the skill comes from, or who's willing to pay and who has more time.
It's always going to be a mode for whales. Whales are almost always going to have an advantage when it comes to PvP, unless they make a mode where like
True.
constellations or whatever the respective word for it is in that gacha game, disabled from the get-go.
I
As
think,
a
but I could be
currency
wrong.
and a tiny bit of gems, which can be used to buy certain upgrade materials.
Okay.
But again, if you participate in it at all, you'll be swimming in these tickets. You do not get anything else for
Oh, he
ranking
said something
high in
earlier. I didn't
PvP
hear what he said.
materials.
Okay.
But again, you can get arena, but nothing too significant. The gacha currency you get are pretty negligible, and you can still get something even for just participating in it. Another mode of competition is PvP, but
There's PvP in
unlike normal gameplay,
What?
you can't control anything, so it's mainly a mode for whales. From PvP, you can get arena tickets.
Of course, bro, PvP in a gacha game, it's always going to be a mode for whales. Whales are almost always going to have an advantage when it comes to PvP, unless they make a mode where like constellations or whatever the respective word for it is in that gacha game, disabled from the get-go.
As a currency and a tiny bit of gems, which can be used to buy certain upgrade materials.
Okay.
But again, if you participate in it at all, you'll be swimming in these tickets. You do not get anything else for ranking high in PvP other than flexing.
Nice. Okay.
One of the major reasons I decided to stick around was because the developers are very communicative with the player base.
That is always a good thing. Good devs will make a good game, and that will equal a good community. Most of the time, I mean, there's some exceptions, obviously, and there's always going to be those bad apples in every single community you come across. It's just the nature of large gaming communities, and just communities in general, just people.
And they're quite generous in that regard.
Okay.
More so than any previous gacha games I've played. Here are some examples. During the announcement of the first anniversary of any gacha game, you would expect that the team behind it would be a bit more generous in terms of rewards to celebrate this occasion, and to incentivize players to stick around or get others to return.
Did they have a disastrous first anniversary like many other gacha games did?
Well, the Genshin community had to do a bit of trolling for them to shell out a total of 20 polls.
Yeah.
Can you take a guess on how many polls Nikkei gave?
Oh, it's gonna be good actually. I'm gonna guess 60.
Was it 30? 40?
Well,
50?
that's one way to say I'm not a fan.
106. In addition
Jeez, goddamn.
to releasing a lore-heavy 3-week event, new main story mode chapters, they also gave out a max limit broken welfare SSR unit. Now
What the
that's how you
hell?
do an anniversary.
Okay, that is a phenomenal anniversary. Have they had their second anniversary yet? They would have done, right? Was it good?
I was originally thinking, well, if they're being so generous, isn't it a possibility where they run out of money?
No.
Well, no,
Absolutely
because
not.
during that month, the game reported record profits. In fact,
Typically, if you feel valued by the gacha game you're playing, a lot of people are going to be more likely to spend money on that game to support the game and support the company, support the devs. That's what I did with WooWar. WooWar was incredibly generous on the get-go, right? It was mainly like giving apology rewards, basically, like compensation. But because they were so communicative and listened to the community and gave rewards, it made me want to spend on the game even more, bro.
in fact, this was the month where they surpassed Star Rail.
That's
It's
insane.
almost as if you treated the player base well, then they will treat you well right back.
Yeah.
This level of generosity is also accompanied by their willingness to respond to player feedback.
Okay.
And here are some of the examples during its first year. We heard you like this minigame in our last event, so we're gonna add it as a permanent mode.
Nice.
We heard you were a massive Makima simp, so we made an alternative skin to remove her coat. We heard you
Amazing.
said this new character
What?
is weak, so here's a buff to make her
What?
one of the most broken units in the game.
Oh,
Is that a
wow.
thing? Wait. Is that really a thing? If you play the game and you play a character, like, okay, what? We'll give you our alternative skin where she doesn't have her coat on? What? What the fuck? Yo. And then people call me Gooner for drawing Khalifa or Kefla, whatever her name is, from Dragon Ball in a one piece bikini and calling me evil. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Like, and fuck, that bitch is past 18. So like, what the hell? Like, I don't know why you guys was having such a shit time with that. That shit was wild to me. I'm like, do you know she's 18 and plus? You know that, right? Like, she's not like some kid. Like, what the fuck? She's a grown-ass woman. What is your problem? It's like, I didn't understand that in the slightest. That told me a lot of people that was not Dragon Ball fans. I'm like, you guys just see carefully. You guys never knew that she was past the age of 18. She's like 18 plus. What are you doing? What the fuck? Actually, it wasn't even stated of her age, but it says she is pretty much summed up she's past the age of 18. What the fuck? No, not Makima. I'm talking about Kefla. Kefla from Dragon Ball Super. The fusion between the other two.
They just buff characters.
From Universe
We know you may want a
Red Hood.
specific character, but RNG has not been favoring you. So here's an SSR selector that you can just straight up choose to get a specific 5-star in the standard banner.
Yeah, that's always good.
I myself is okay.
And even though it says in the standard banner, if what he said is true and most of the characters just go to the standard
crazy,
banner
man.
after their banner period is up, then that's amazing, right?
with putting money into the game every now and then. Because unlike the developers of FGO, I know that the money is being put to a good cause.
Yeah.
During the initial run of the first Christmas event, it was not voiced. However, 1 year later, when they added it to the event archive, they went ahead and voice acted it.
Wow.
They didn't have to do that, yet the team seems to surprise me at every turn.
Is there voice acting in the general story of Nikke, and does it have English voiceover? I'm curious. I kind of want to try it out, bro. Deadass.
There is also a pseudo roguelike
I'll do a challenge run.
I'm actually glad that they put voice acting in that, because a lot of people are not going to sit there and read every last fucking thing. I'm not even going to call it because they're lazy. I feel bad. No, I don't. I don't feel bad for Digi. He made this choice. We gotta stop sipping. Stop sipping. Stop sipping.
Finish the game with 2 hands.
challenge mode in beta right now that allows you to enable certain difficulty modifiers for additional rewards.
Nice.
At
They're always
times,
fun.
they just randomly throw out 10 summon tickets at you for being nominated for some kind of award.
Nice.
There is a lot of communication that happens between the team and the player base.
That's always something where I'm like, yeah, that's nice as a player, but it's also like any gacha company that's like,
RPG
oh yeah, we're going to
Christmas
give you
event?
rewards for getting nominated or winning awards. It kind of just feels like no matter what game
Right,
it is, bro,
better.
it's like not exactly
Real.
bribing you, but it's like a lot of people are just going to vote for
I
a
don't know,
game
you gotta
because
stop
they
it. I
think
hate
it's free
sipping.
shit, right? Like that's
It's
just
just
the way
annoying
it
to me.
is.
And this amount of overwhelming support from the players is not just something you see very often.
Oh, true.
Fair.
And because of all these factors, Shift Up has gained a lot of goodwill from the
Fine.
community.
100%,
and the
bro.
relationship they have with the player base is quite close-knit.
What's the story like though?
Fine,
Tell me
I'll
about
have
the
to figure out.
story.
When I
Oh yeah,
invest
into
in
the Reza, ain't the movie supposed to come out this year, or is that next year?
piece of media, like a TV show,
Oh,
audio
God.
game, how the community treats each other can also impact my enjoyment of that piece of media.
Yeah, me too. Trust.
Before Nikke, I tried making
That
Genshin
face.
content. And while I did manage to get somewhere there, making Nikke content just felt more satisfying. On some
Okay.
of my Genshin guides, I pinned a comment asking if anyone knowledgeable about the meta to privately reach out to me to correct any mistakes I make. And after tens of thousands of views,
Yeah,
nothing.
I saw there was a
Okay.
trailer.
But when
Did
I
you see the
reached-
Maybe
trailer?
just made perfect guys.
Right or no?
1K subscribers on the Nikke channel,
I didn't
I
mean to
had
say
2
this.
people in the community reach out offering their congratulations and invitation to participate in their event. Genshin has a much bigger fan base,
Rize-
but your
is it
input
Rize?
feels like
Rize?
nothing
I
but
feel
a
like I'm
drop
always
of
saying it
water in
wrong.
a pond. The community
That's always going to be a case when when you're entering an already very saturated
Yeah, okay.
area of the internet, though, right? I felt like that at first as well, to be
Mike,
honest.
you still
I
here,
got lucky
bud?
enough to grow to a point where I stopped feeling like that. But yeah, definitely, I can definitely understand where it's coming from, but I also think it makes sense if you're trying to enter an already established like demographic in a sense.
Unity for Nikke
Sucks.
is certainly not as big as Hoyoverse's,
True.
but it feels like your voice matters more, and word gets around faster about who you are as a creator. And it makes me feel rewarded for making content on the game. I started out on YouTube 3 years
Okay,
ago.
later,
covering
Ren. I
indie game
appreciate you
dev
coming in.
shows.
Thank you for coming
Again,
back.
a very close-knit community
Good
with
stuff.
a supportive fan base. And I was happy to continue to make content for it. The quality of my videos
Okay,
are
so let
the
me,
exact
can you-
same for my Nikke and Genshin channels.
Very nice.
But how is it
Can
that
you reach
even
out
with
to
the smaller
Bea and ask her if
community,
she ready?
I
'Cause she
able
was
to
in here
reach
an hour
twice
ago,
the
now
amount of
she's just-
subscribers
I'm pretty
versus
sure
my
she's done with
Genshin
the dog
channel?
by now.
The comments I get on my Nikke videos barely have any nitpick, and even when it's pointing out a mistake, it's usually done quite constructively. There is a
Nice.
reason why I put 8
What did that say?
pointing out a
Definitely not on this
mistake.
video, though?
It's usually done quite constructively.
Oh, don't jinx me on this vid. Okay, fair.
There is a reason why I put 800 hours into Deep Rock Galactic.
Bro, I played this game for like 8 hours. How you played this game for 10 times? Sorry, 100 times that, brother. I need to know how. I got quite. I don't know. Just different tastes, I guess.
Oh, it's
I got
fast.
kinda bored of this game after like 8 hours.
And the supportive fan base is one of those reasons.
She didn't
maybe
answer
that's why I
back
played
yet?
so long.
Again, the
I played the
community
door
for
actually for a little bit.
a piece of media
Okay.
can impact your enjoyment of that piece of media.
Okay.
For this last
fair.
part of the video, I also want to give some warnings to those already playing Nikke.
Okay.
The game is very generous and it can actually also be dangerous, because
Dangerous.
players will always want more. I've seen some complaints about the gacha rates being unfair, but that's really just the result of being unlucky.
Yeah.
And I have been there myself. There are many other gacha games.
I would like to know though, let me know down in the comment section here. I would very much like to know what the pity system and 50-50 situation is in Nikke. Although it's very generous to be able to like guarantee yourself the limited character after 200 pulls no matter what from the store thing, but you can save it up. What is the actual pity / 50-50 system? Is it possible that I can pull, I don't know, 200 times on the banner and not get a 5-star? Is it possible that I can pull 2,000 times and never get the rate up character? Like, I don't know. Please let me know. I'm genuinely very curious.
With abysmal rates. So the 4% in Nikke is already extremely generous.
Yeah.
I've seen some complaints about the grind for late game gear, but it's really not as bad as farming Genshin artifacts or materials from FGO. I've also seen some complaints about the $60 gacha skins, but again,
it's to be, brother. Wait, hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ, $60. I mean, they're skins. You can do what you want with it. You don't have to get it. I guess like there's no benefit other than gooning or enjoying a new visual aesthetic. But $60 is pretty fucking expensive. Jesus.
It's crazy fucking work. It means pretty fucking expensive. It's fucking crazy.
Has a minuscule skin gacha drop chance of below 1%, and the pity can require in the hundreds of dollars to build up. No matter how bad you think some of the aspects in the game are, the reality is some others have been much worse than this.
I mean, that's
so
true.
Despite these,
but I never really like the argument that, like, and I don't necessarily think this is what Psyche's saying here, but I've never really liked the argument of, well, this game does it worse, so it's not that bad. Like, it can still be fucking bad.
Discussions. I'm quite content with the pace they're going. Shift Up had their cards stacked against them. With already so many successful gacha games on the market, they had to find some way to stand out.
For sure.
And stand out, they certainly did.
I need to know about the story. If there's any videos I should watch about Nikke's story without spoilers because I might play it for myself, please let me know.
Can't beat Hoyoverse in technical standards.
For sure.
You can't beat FGO in brand recognition,
yeah.
But you can treat the player base better. You can balance just the right amount of grind and in-game content to keep things interesting. Understandable. You can build up a lot of goodwill and make the player base universally supportive of what you do.
Definitely.
Nikke existed in a perfect storm. It was smart enough to take advantage and propel its way to the top.
I'm picking Momo.
I thought a lot about
Momo
what
came
kind
off
of
more
content I wanted to
genuine.
create.
The pink-haired bitch was annoying at first because she was kind of like, you know, she was kind of, you know, kind of like fake as fuck. So, at one point, but I know she genuinely becomes a better friend. But I pick Momo. She was genuine from day one. Even how she met Okarun the way she did is just like, you know, like she was being genuine all the way. And when she thought what's her face was manipulating Okarun, she tried to protect him. So yeah.
Next on YouTube. And reviewing the stuff I talked about in this video only makes me feel that I made the right decision.
I feel like, and this is dead ass my true opinion, Psyche, if you watch this, hi. I think these types of videos are by far your best works. I think these are so fun and thought-provoking and engaging. I love these videos where you just go over what games do bad and good. I think you kill it.
Thank you for watching.
So
I hope you
good,
learned something
dude.
new
So
or got
good.
interested in trying out this game.
Yeah.
We'll be glad to see you in.
I'll be trying it out, man. I think I'll try Nikke out at some point.
Like,
I would very much like
I'm not
to
gonna
know.
lie. The pink-haired one is visually more stands out between her and Momo. But if we're talking about personality-wise and stuff, I'm picking Momo every time. And I'm not even talking about, like, even aesthetically, I still pick Momo.
A little more about the story, though. I feel like it kind of just skipped over the story for a lot of stuff here. But so many people are telling me the story is super good. So again, let me know down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and let me know if I should try out Nikke.
Yeah, she says she likes to argue for the sake of arguing sometimes. Okay, she comes off as that type of individual to me. Hold on. She seems like she would just argue for the sake of the argument, but not really genuine for the argument itself. I think I'm getting better at this now. I can see the planes of every time I make a shift in color. That was something that really bothered me a lot, but I'm getting it as I go, and we're getting better at it every time. Getting better at it every time now. Like, I feel more confident in my shading, or at least in the shifting of my coloring per se. Get that perfect thumbnail right there. So I can't complain. The start of the stream. Let's see here. Let's see here. There you go, we gave a platform to stand on. There you go. There we go. That's a good picture for the thumbnail. People can see it. Alright. I don't think she responded. Ooh, that's a hard one. Oh, fuck. Fuck, that's like, Chopper, Frankie. Fuck it, Frankie. I'm picking Frankie. I do like Chopper, but I'm picking Frankie. Like, he might know a lot about medical stuff, but Frankie has more, like, life experience. You can, like, have a conversation, a beer with bro. I can't do that with Chopper. Chopper is too much of a, still, like, too much of a kid, even with the fucking, time skip. Because he's a doctor. I get that he's a doctor, he can help you, but like unless you're a person who's into medical stuff, you can hold conversations about medical stuff. But I'm not gonna hold a lot of conversations about medical stuff with him, but I can talk to Frankie about life stuff and just anything else. Chopper's highly experienced in medicine, but I don't think he's highly experienced in life stuff. His experience is based on his passing between his friends, but Frankie had a lot more, or just as much life experience a little before he met the crew. Oh, because you get fever. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just gotta use him for some medicine. That's it. You got the prescription for me, Dr. Chopper. You got the prescription. You would be so helpful. Yeah, you got the prescriptions. Got them remedies. Okay. Let's see what. Let me check on Bean. She didn't respond. We should just jump to the let me see. Kitty God. Let's see. Bean Artextric available. You know what? We're gonna go play the game. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here. We're gonna go play Peak. We're gonna go play that now. You got that NyQuil, Chopper. Alright, so we're gonna go play the game. People really use 7-Up as a form of remedy for sicknesses? People do that? True. Are you kidding? But remember, if you piss him off, or like if some bullshit happens, he can become like extremely monstrous, and then you can't. You know. And remember, Frankie's a master craftsman, a carpenter. The bro know how to make ships. Remember, he made a ship within like a day. That shit was crazy. So you can build you something pretty fierce. True. All right, let's jump out of here. We're gonna go play some Peak. We're gonna be playing it on YouTube and TikTok maybe, but mostly YouTube. So if you're a YouTube watcher, don't worry. I'll be back in like a couple of minutes, and we'll get this party started. And we're gonna play most of the day. So okay, I'll be right back, guys. We're gonna be streaming on the art channel and stuff. So, but I suggest you guys subscribe to the gaming channel still, because once the gaming channel pass a certain number, I'll be streaming over there, games wise over there. I'll be dumping most of my gaming content over there, but once we get to a certain level over there on the gaming content, we'll, you know. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. Later, guys. Laters.